As it seems a tradition now, Mark Ogden took us through the whole squad. And when I say the whole squad on Keep or Dump, it included the third goalkeeper, Lee Grant, the fourth choice goalkeeper, Lee Grant, Mark, which you wrote, his playing contract is up and he may move on to the coaching staff. Dump. So that's good. So just an insight about where we are here. That one probably not causing as much of fuss as you dumping Paul Pogba again.
Yeah, one of these days I might get it right on Paul Pogba. The situation with Pogba, he's got a year left on his contract, and obviously Pogba has made it clear through his agent that he wants to move on. United haven't said so much, but I don't think United are very comfortable at offering him a new contract because he hasn't really delivered since he arrived from Juventus, getting on for 5 years ago now. So a new contract doesn't really work for either because Pogba doesn't want to stay. United don't want to spend the money to keep him. But there's no market for him. There really isn't a market for him this summer in terms of the fee that it costs to take him away, to pay the wages. I think realistically, you're probably looking at 70, 80 million for Pogba. That's what United want. And his wages will be in excess of £300,000 a week. So no club can afford that. So what I've suggested is that if United can be creative, if they can be imaginative, then use him as a bargaining chip, maybe to sign a Ronaldo from Juventus, or maybe persuade Real Madrid to let them have Casemiro, Toni Kroos, because United need a lot of players this summer, I think, to close the gap on Man City. It's not a summer where they can do the business with one or two signings. I don't think even if they signed Harry Kane or Erling Haaland, United would still be short of Man City. For me, it's the midfield is a big issue. They need better defenders, and I think they need to be, like I say, imaginative in the market whereby they can bring players in and offload a player who is a talented player. You know, Paul Pogba in a great team could be a great player, but I do think at times that he's the wrong player at the wrong time for Man United.
And Mark, let's explore that name that you mentioned, Cristiano Ronaldo. He could go to Old Trafford and Pogba could go back to Turin. Is that at all feasible?
Well, it's feasible in the sense that United have got the money to do it, and I would worry that United have this habit of going for players in their early mid-30s to get another year or two out of them. They've done that with Cavani and it's worked. I'm not sure it would be the most sensible thing to bring in Ronaldo, who's 35, 36 now, so two guys in the mid-30s. United need to be looking at the lower level, but if they look at Ronaldo as a short-term measure, the goals that he scores, you could never say that signing Cristiano is a bad idea. It's not something that looks to the future. But it might just be a way to bridge the gap between United getting what they need now and getting in next year. Because if Erling Haaland is going to be a player that moves next summer, United want to be in the market for him. I'm not sure they'd be top of his list of potential destinations. But if Harry Kane goes to City, then the biggest rival for Erling Haaland is out of the market. So perhaps waiting a year, getting Ronaldo for a year could be the way to do it. We're talking fantasy football now. I mean, these are signings that may not happen. But I do think that for United to get rid of Pogba and for Pogba to find a move, it may be a situation where a big swap deal happens or a big player plus, cash deal happens.
We're living, of course, in the land of hypotheticals here, Ali, but a couple of years ago, it was almost kind of given that he would end up at Real Madrid under Zidane at one stage. It looks like Zidane is going to leave Madrid. Madrid obviously don't quite have those sort of finances that Mark is talking about. If you're in Florentino Perez's shoes, how hard would you push to get the Frenchman?
A nudge,
a
little gentle nudge, kind of like, and that's about it. That's the push I give him.
Enough for you to go down still, Ali.
I just don't think... Wait, hold on. I don't think I would even go down with the gentle nudge that Florentino Perez would give him. It wouldn't be enough for me to go and draw a foul. I don't think you push that hard, to be honest with you. And I also have to say that I disagree slightly with what Mark is saying, in the sense that it is difficult now to get rid of Paul Pogba or move on from Paul Pogba, when actually Paul Pogba, you can make the argument, he has been playing lately sort of the best version of Paul Pogba that we have seen, at least consistently, with Manchester United. So moving away from him now, it's kind of like, wait a minute, this kind of looks like the player that we thought we were getting, and then we're deciding to, well, not so much, I don't think so. I would just say that Real Madrid are not in a position to go and spend this money, and if indeed they're going to spend this money, they would be better served in dividing that money into 2 or 3 players. Yeah. They need numbers and quality. You can't just put all your money into Paul Pogba and hope that that's going to resolve issues for you just because of an apparent love relationship between Pogba and Zidane or Pogba and Real Madrid. I don't think that's enough to make that argument.
So if you're United this summer, Shaka, how many players do you realistically need to be in a title race with Manchester City?
Oh, to be in a title race next season, I'm thinking you have to maybe as many as five or six to realistically contend with Manchester United. I think as good a squad as United have right now, a lot of those players are stopgaps. And Edinson Cavani, who's been simply outstanding, but he is a stopgap till you get an out-and-out number 9 to save you in the longer term, and then increase in age. You're not sure exactly how many minutes you're going to get out of him, and with what consistency during the course of the season. After that, I don't think that United's midfield, outside of Bruno Fernandes, matches up to City's in any way. And defensively, you could probably do with a couple of additions as well. I don't think United have been great defensively. So that's quite a shopping list.
It is.
In today's market, when you're not sure whether those players are available, and if they are, what they're going to cost.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.